What is going on? This is eBEFOREi here. Happy New Year to everybody, and I'm glad to see you back right here on my channel. This channel's going through some changes. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been less content. Primarily Transformers reviews is what I was doing, and I'm branching that out a bit as the year moves forward. So you'll see more updates like this. There still will be toy reviews, but I'm going to expand on just general geek culture. I like stuff. I like talking about Doctor Who, Star Wars, wrestling, all kinds of different things. And so maybe I see a movie and I want to talk about it. Saw The Rise of Skywalker. Might want to talk about that. A lot of interesting things coming up. The new Picard Star Trek series. Want to talk about that. So hopefully this is a place that you can come to just kind of, see what interests me, and hopefully it also interests you. And, that's really all there is to it. I might even rename the channel to just eBEFOREi instead of eBEFOREi video reviews, but that's to be debated. But for you toy fans out there, I'm not quitting toys, so don't worry. There still will be toy reviews on this channel, and I have an interesting thought in my head on how I'm going to go about that, and a little bit different from other channels, so hopefully you'll dig that too. Anyway, moving on, just a quick Wednesday update. It's currently January 8th, 2020. 2020. Cars still aren't flying. I don't know when that's coming, but Happy New Year anyway. So a few things. Toys. I go to Big Bad Toy Store to buy a lot of things. I'm not making any money from them. This is not an advertisement, but I like to hit their pre-order button just to see what's coming out. So in Star Wars, you've got Mandalorian pop figures. If these are for you, these are now up for pre-order. Interesting thing, a spoiler for The Mandalorian if you've not watched it on Disney+, but I know all of these characters, right? I know the Mandalorian Jawas, right? They got their butts kicked, killed, because Mando was unhappy that they stole parts of his ship. But the thing about these figures, the Jawa, the Mandalorian, right? The armorer, we know who that is. We know who she is. The client, the flame, the incinerator stormtrooper, we know who that is too. But you scroll up, who is the covert Mandalorian? Well, let's take a closer look. The covert Mandalorian, female, maybe? Let's maybe zoom in a bit. Is that a female Mandalorian? Is it dressed like Boba Fett? Is it Boba Fett's daughter? A lot of unanswered questions here. Hopefully we find out that soon. But scrolling up through some more pre-orders aside from the pops. Oh, come on. Mandalorian on a blurg. You got to get that, right? I'm interested in that. You also have an Anakin Skywalker artifacts plus statue from Revenge of the Sith. That's cool. Playing cards. Nothing new for Black Series up on pre-order. This also has plenty of pre-orders of the Child, or Baby Yoda. But lots of Baby Yoda here, so go ahead and check that out if interested. Looking at Transformers, these are the pre-order section of the Transformers page, and they actually have a lot of older figures up that they just reposted, which is interesting. So if you missed out on some of these things, like the Deluxe Cannon Bumblebee, well, there you go. If you are looking for Skids and Mudflap, the Deluxe Nest Alliance, or is that Human Alliance Bump? No, definitely not. They also have the Scan series, which I never really liked the Scan series stuff. Scrolling down a bit, they also have up for pre-order some of the older Alternity figures, which if you've not seen those, it's hyper-realistic, die-cast included, just Transformers figures that are neat to have if you've not had those in your collection. A little more expensive, but they are neat figures for sure. Scrolling, looking for something new. Let's keep going. Here we go. They also have up for pre-order the Studio Series 57 Off-Road Bumblebee, Studio Series 59 Deluxe Shatter, and Deluxe Roadbuster. This is another version of Roadbuster, and this one looks awesome, so I can't wait to get that in hand. So that's what's going on in Star Wars and Transformers. Now, wrestling. New Japan Pro Wrestling. If you've not watched NJPW, do yourself a favor, try it for a month. Go to njpwworld.com. It's in Japanese, But if you're using Google Chrome, I think any browser, I think the site has it too. There's an English translation button. You click it, everything's in English, and you subscribe like you would the WWE Network. The wrestling is in English commentary as well. Remember Kevin Kelly from the WWE and from Ring of Honor? He's one of the commentators, and he's phenomenal. And the wrestling is really, bar none, some of the best that you will ever see. Well, they just had their WrestleMania, so to speak, that's called Wrestle Kingdom, and this was called Wrestle Kingdom 14. It took place over the course of 2 nights, and big news. Spoiler, if you're into this and you don't want to be spoiled, just mute for about 60 seconds. But what happened is they took their 2 most important titles, their World Championship and the Intercontinental Championship, and they merged them. Well, they didn't merge them, but they now have a dual champion. And what happened is Naito defeated Ibushi, and he became the new Intercontinental Champion. Then he faced Okada for the World Heavyweight Championship, and he defeated Okada, and Naito is now your new double champion. They've got a big show coming up called New Beginning in Osaka, and as you can see here, what we have for the main event is Naito puts his brand new double championship on the line against Kenta. Now, you remember Kenta from WWE? Had completely mind blanked. Hideo Itami was his name in WWE. Anyway, he's back to his original name, Kenta, and he gets to be in the main event to face Naito. Also, Jon Moxley, remember Dean Ambrose? He is now the NJPW United States Champion, and he's putting that title on the line against Minoru Suzuki. If you want to see violence in a fake sport, and I mean real violence, you'll want to check out this match. I think that NJPW has a 1-week free trial. I think, I could be wrong, but definitely worth the roughly $10 a month to subscribe to that channel. On AEW Dynamite this evening, again, it's January 8th. It'll start my time in about half an hour. They're calling the show The Road to Memphis. And the Road to Memphis show is basically they're going to, talk about maybe some of the old school Memphis stuff. Now, Lawler's not going to be there because Jerry Lawler is signed to WWE and commentating on Raw. But you are going to see Dave Brown at the very least in next Tuesday's AEW Dark on YouTube. But you are going to see a lot of different stars from that era, hopefully talked about and shown on TV, and I think that's very cool. WWE, Brock Lesnar just announced that he is going to he's not defending the world title at the Royal Rumble, but he is entering the Rumble at number 1, and Paul Heyman says it's a spoiler that he's going all the way through the entire roster. We'll see what happens there, and the big key to that is, however that ends, is what's going to usher us into WrestleMania. So anyway, there you have it. We talked about Transformers, we talked about Star Wars, we talked a little pro wrestling. That's it for my quick update for Wednesday, January 8th. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you want to support me and the channel and help me as I transition things for the new year, all you need to do is click subscribe, maybe leave a comment, and tell your friends about this. We're going to do some live streams soon as well, and I'd love for you all to be a part of that. But thank you so much for everything. I hope you had a great holiday and New Year, and we will see you back here again real soon.